Okay, what we have here is a possible H1. We have the 8 below the 13 EMA. All our ribbon lines are pointing down. Price is going below the hull. We have the vol squeeze indicator indicating green. We have the ADX at 29, and both the CCI and the RSI are red. So what I'm looking for is the price to go below 1600, and then we'll be in this trade. I have noticed, though, that the volume has dropped off considerably since the opening bar. So I'll be keeping my eye on that. Oh, here we go. We have some bullish buying going on right now. Just to get an idea, if I take out the pre-market, let's see what it looks like. We're up at the VWAP. Up, we have a cross. I'm taking out my short order. And let's see if this movement stays the way it is on this bar. We have 2 minutes and 37 seconds to go. Price is now above the hull. We do have the 813 EMA cross. All our lights are green up here. RSA is now positive. CCI is positive. We still have a strong ADX, but we are in a squeeze, which indicates that we could have a strong breakout once this pattern materializes. Our 2 standard deviation resistance is all the way up here. We do have the pivot point to get through, but we could get a possible movement to there. If we look down here, our VXX is pointing downward, which is a bullish sign. I'm going to go back to extended hours. Extended hours, we don't have a cross. And we lost the cross on the non-extended hour bar too. Our H or our L1 entry is down here, but we still have a positive CCI. And the breadth of the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange is mixed. So we have what we call a sideways moving market right now. Okay, we've had a 8 EMA, 13 EMA cross. We have our green trigger arrow. We are prices above the hull, which is right here. We have all green going across, so it's time to buy. Our target will probably be at the pivot. If we get up there, we will flatten. We'll see how we react up here. I may stay in the trade. Here's the 2 standard deviation from the VWAP, which is this darker blue line. We're still not out of the squeeze. We do have volume coming in, as you can see here. We're still above the VWAP. So there was some buying that came in at that price. And that's why you see the candle moving into a doji for that particular price point. But there may be more buying ahead. Our VXX is still pointing down. see, style. Well, I'm going to put my stop here and probably put my target up here. All right, we're out of the trade. As you can see here, we did hit our pivot point. Price is now starting to come down. However, our setup is such where we could be looking for an H1, so we're looking for price to, at this point, go beyond the high of this bar, and it actually, we want this to go down, probably have at least 2 bars down, and we'll see what happens here. Okay, we've had another breakout here. This is a possible H1 breaking above the daily pivot. Next target would be probably this 2 standard deviation away from the blue VWAP line. We do have a squeeze fired long. We're in the second leg of that. Usually it doesn't go beyond 7 or 8. So let's see what happens here. I'm probably going to put a stop right there, or probably below that. Let's see, I'm going to use a measured move target, which brings us up to here as a possible exit point. All I did was drag the Fibonacci 100% from the top of this bar down to that bar. It's the longest bar that we have, and usually there is a second leg up to at least match this movement. We've got all green, which is pretty nice, but volume may be an issue here. We've got a nice slope on the MACD, all green dots, now breaking above the 50%. And it's outside the Bollinger Band there too. We're taking some heat on this. We've got a little over 2 minutes to go on this bar. Still have strong bullish momentum. However, our VXX line is starting to point up, which is not a good sign. So we'll be watching that. It's starting to turn over. But volume, if this bar closes red, we'll probably exit the trade. We've got 55 seconds to go here. Yep, we were stopped out. Okay, we've got 56 seconds left on this bar. Right now, I'll probably 6071, put a buy order here, but I may bring this down to the current bar. We've got 32 seconds to go. Again, I'm still feeling comfortable about this measured move target. We still have all green. However, the vol squeeze is now neutral, but we're out of the box, and all lines, well, looks like they're consolidating again. We are now in the fourth leg of the squeeze, which is indicated here. And we'll bring this down to here. If we break out, oh, a squeeze indicator is showing bearish momentum. So we're going to take off this trade and look for a better setup. Now the price is coming down to the VWAP, and we all know what may happen there. We could get some buying at the VWAP, which would be a nice entry point for an H2, which is a higher high on the next bar. But since our high is all the way up here, that probably is a low percentage long position. So let's just see what happens. We could get some selling here at the VWAP. We're actually in the vol squeeze right now. We've got a yellow dot right here in our rectangle. So we probably need pricing to come outside of this box and probably break through yesterday's open, which is this white line here. and we still haven't had a cross or a short signal. We'd be looking for an orange arrow at the bar close. Our VXX is strongly pointing up now. So we've gone from a bullish to a bearish scenario. Volume turned green right there. So we did get a lot of selling coming through at the VWAP. Going long here if we wanted to take an H2 probably is not a high percentage trade simply because the averages are, well, you can see the ribbons are telling us this is really a choppy market. And so we'll see. All right, we have a possible L1, and I'm going to enter the trade. The stop would be up here at the 20 EMA. So I may put that up there, just 1602. Tick above. It's probably a little more than 50-50. Risk reward. But if you do this long enough, you know that these setups are pretty reliable, especially when you got all the indicators going in your direction. We have a red RSI, we have a red CCI, we have a good ADX showing strength. Ticks are down, but as you would imagine, the vol squeeze is in a neutral position right now. Would like to see that turn green, and our volume is low. All right, we've entered a vol squeeze. Certainly our candlesticks are confirming that, but if we break out of this vol squeeze to the downside, we should reach our target. Well, I'm getting ready to flatten this position at the close of this bar. We have a little over a minute to go. We see some momentum building on the downside, so I may just take my profit here. But the bar is telling me we still may hit our target. But I will bring this all the way down to here. Let's see where our next pivot point is. Wow, we've got there's the low of yesterday and there's the pivot. So I don't know. I think we're gonna get our target. Maybe I'll move it down just a little bit and bring our stop to the squeeze. And we got went beyond our target. So I guess patience is virtue.